Hey, welcome back into today's video. Brace yourselves, clear your throats, get your teas. We're talking about TikTokers that fake mental disorders, and in today's specific, we'll be talking about an account called TwoSoulsOneBod. This account is ran by an individual, a transgender female named Jessie Hart. This person is an online scam artist. They have made a mockery of the DID community, and there's a lot that you don't know, and it's pretty bad. When I looked into this, I found scams, inappropriate behavior, and more. They were showing signs of alleged predatory behavior towards minors in their Discord server. My last video talked about the growing issue of individuals faking disorders for views, money, and things generally centered around that agenda on TikTok. If you haven't seen that video, I highly suggest it. It's going to be in the description, and you can click above here. One of the topics that we briefly touched on was a situation involving TwoSoulsOneBod, the individual Jessie Hart, who was suspected of predatory behavior in the Discord server. And today we're going to be looking deep into this situation, and what I found goes beyond mental health misinformation, and the police might want to take a look at this kind of stuff. But before we dive into that, let me explain to you who this person is. Back in early January, TwoSoulsOneBod was a thriving TikTok account, but they were called out for faking DID for views. Little did people know that it was a lot deeper than that. Jessie has what you call DID, Dissociative Personality Disorder, and she has an alter named James. Yes, like Pokemon, Jessie and James. If you're unfamiliar with what an alter is, the core identity is a person's usual personality. Alters are the person's alternate personalities. Some people with DID have up to 100 alters. Alters tend to be very different from one another. The identities might have different genders, ethnicities, interests, and ways of interacting with their environment. And the reason that they have these alters all stem from something difficult that they went through in their life. The purpose is to protect the host from any trauma that they can, oftentimes even taking the place of the said person so they can experience the trauma instead. So it's a psychological defense mechanism to keep the host safe. But Jessie says that she's in love with her alter James.
Hey, how yourself? So, is this platonic or is it romantic? I don't know. Why don't you tell me? I love you. I love you too. With all my heart and all the ways that a person can love and be loved. With all my heart too. Which is convenient, because it's the same heart. It's romantic. Oh yeah.
This was very difficult for people to completely understand. If you thought that was strange, well, you need to hear them explain the dynamic of how her boyfriend James is actually her father, and they're in a let me just play it.
Well, what's his relationship to me? I don't know, because he's, at this point, it's like he is a brother, father, but at the same time, neither of those things technically or legally. And he's also, like, my boyfriend. So I don't know what to do about it. It's weirdly, like, and because at times I'm very much like, I'll call him dad. And it's like strange because he really thought that I was his daughter. Also seeing each other as brother and sister because we both came. But then see that no matter what we do, it ends up like in this weird sort of situation where we're both like, are we like, is this cool that we're doing this? You know what I mean?
Now it's important to note that the primary audience for Jessie was mostly underage children that were also in vulnerable situations with their mental health. This was a targeted campaign that they were running to garner these people and put them into a Discord server with the sole intent of some very bad things, which we're going to talk about later. But first, we need to point out the inconsistencies to show you that this DID situation was likely not real.
What else? Inner world. We don't have an inner world. Yeah, why don't we have an inner world? Yeah, because it's pointless.
This was part of the misinformation campaign that they were spreading in the DID community. Inner worlds are a very important part of this disorder, and let me explain what they are. Many individuals with DID have an internal world in which they and their alters can manifest as themselves and interact. These internal worlds, which are also known as inner worlds or headspaces, can range in size and complexity. A system with only a couple of alters might have an internal room in which alters that are internally active, awake, and aware might manifest. When people in the comments section pointed this out to Jessie, she quickly backtracked. Let's watch.
Okay, how is an inner world pointless? It just is. Why would we want to go to an inner world? Well, we can be right here with each other. Because we just project each other like AR. Yeah, it's like that game that you really, really like, but we haven't played together yet. Pokemon Go. Yeah, I'm like a Bulbasaur on this trash can.
A few minutes later.
No, we do have, we do have an inner world. We just don't use it, like, we just have decided. Yeah, we tried that, like, we did the inner world, where we had, like, a house, and the only problem is that when we went there, when we switched out, we went there, it was boring. There was nothing to do, there's nobody else. That's the problem with two people, is you go to the house, and you're like, wow, this is fun. It's an empty room with a bunch of imaginary stuff. Right, and you're just like, yeah, I don't want anything to do with it. I want to hang out with you and do cool stuff with you. Why would I want to, like, sit in a house, an empty house, all alone? It's just not for me, personally.
People in the comments called them out pretty quickly. They were also called out for switching on command from Jessie to their boyfriend alter, James, without no negative side effects. They called themselves the Olympic swimmers of DID. You can't make this up.
So, okay, do you want to explain this one or me? Well, you go ahead. Okay, all right. So, someone asked that the amount of switching that we're doing would exhaust the body and the brain. And that would be true, but we have actually, I don't want to say mastered, because it's always improvement. That's true. We have gotten really good at it. We figured it out. We can see the brain operating around us, and we have ways to switch extremely fast by controlling presence in the body and the brain. And when you get tired and when you become exhausted when you're switching, it's because you're not clearly switching and you're not doing, it's like a technique. It's like swimming. If you take somebody and you just throw them into the English Channel, if they have no experience, right, they'll drown. They won't be able to, like, get anywhere. But we're like, we worked to become like Olympic swimmers of dissociation. It's pretty wild. I know.
Alters in a system switch for a variety of reasons, but there's always a trigger. Whether or not we can define what it is, alters or headmates can switch for all types of reasons depending on the trigger. Switching between headmates is usually involuntary and can cause a great amount of distress within the alter. Unless you're Jessie, because they're the Olympic swimmers of DID. That's quite the achievement. But now let's talk about how they also do Tourette's or glitching on command. Yes, they do that too.
There's something discordant. I know, I'm not sure what it is. Huh. Weird. Wait, let's just try and reset it. That was... Alright. No, a couple more times. Alright. Oh, that's a lot better. Alright, a few more glitches. Alright. Alright, two more. Alright, ready? Okay, ready. Alright. Alright. Okay, I feel like my pattern's fully out. Yeah, that's much better. No, that's way better. That's so much better. Ugh, I know. I don't know what to tell you. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes, and then we resist it and we try and do it manually, and really the brain has its own reset, so why don't we just use it? Yeah, but then it's like we're forcing. I know, it's like banging our head against the wall. It's not exactly helpful. It doesn't exactly feel good, but it does the job. I know, but but I mean, that's just Tourette's. Yeah, I know.
And oh buddy, these glitches, they get really weird. It's almost like they are on purpose trying to make a mockery of the DID community. Check this out.
Here's a freaky switch for you all. Hey, it's me, James. What's up? So now I'm in the front. Well, I just have a higher presence level than her because she's still smiling behind.
I am. I'm still here. I'm still smiling. I'm still present. However,
Except maybe I'm just a little bit higher on the presence meter than her now. Watch this. I'm gonna look over at that light. She's still smiling.
hey guys, still here. Still smiling.
And I'm still looking at the light. Pretty weird, right? Now watch this. Alright,
I actually found a video where she's trying to explain this to who she says is an alleged healthcare professional. This is supposedly one of the ones that diagnosed her, but you gotta keep in mind that this is alleged, and just because she says that these are these types of people, I don't know, I'm definitely not gonna believe it, but this is what she said.
And what is a glitch?
It's a tick. Yeah, it's like, it's when we, like, kind of both over-access one area of the body or brain, and it just can't handle it, and it creates, like, a feedback loop or something that's really weird. And it also, like, creates, like, sensory issues, so lights become really bright, and clothing becomes, like, impossible to wear. I get, like, cornered in one part of the brain or something, and I'll, like, glitch out. Yeah, it's really weird. It's existentially really strange. But it's mostly like we have like our one tick, which I'll just like redo it. Yeah, do you want to force it? No, I don't want to force it. Okay, all right, because it's really uncomfortable. All right, so we just go like, and it's yeah, I'm like bracing for the pain, but there is no pain. Yeah, it's like it feels really weird.
I thought it was very bizarre how she was trying to explain this to the healthcare professional. And seems like something that this person should already know, so keep that in mind. Now, there is another inconsistency, and it falls in line with where she says that she doesn't play the banjo. James plays the banjo, and she plays the guitar, but then in another year completely, people found that she said that she actually does play the banjo, so let's watch that.
Yes, and we both play different instruments. He plays the banjo, and I play the guitar. And we both have totally different styles of playing. You know, kind of like a electric guitar. But, I kind of use banjo for therapy. Banjo for therapy. Banjo for therapy. It's sort of my therapy instrument. I lay down, I'm always usually at night, I lay in bed, pull it off its stand, right here in bed, right here.
There's a lot of inconsistencies within this situation. They also do camming and whole live streams on other platforms where they never switch. They say that there's no trauma that was ever involved or any disassociating. And both of those are hallmarks of DID. DID typically develops as a coping mechanism to deal with severe trauma. Its main feature is disconnection between thoughts, identity, known as alters. So again, there's a lot of examples where it just doesn't seem like this is actually a true thing, down to the part where they say they're diagnosed but have no evidence for these types of diagnoses. One user saying, don't call it DID if it isn't. Are you diagnosed? Because we are a system and everyone we know who has DID isn't like this. Where they respond, we are both scientists and entertainers and spent years figuring it out. That's what makes us different than most. They respond with, so no, you haven't been diagnosed. Please get some professional help. So I think it's very important to point out that Jessie is a self-proclaimed entertainer and actor.
Yes, this is 100% correct.
Yeah, that's exactly it. We both have backgrounds in entertainment, whether it's movie making, streaming, everything.
Yeah, we just happen to also have this.
Yeah, so we're gonna do both.
Right, at the same time.
Which is totally possible.
And this saga would not be complete if it didn't involve at least some of somebody trying to monetize mental illness and make some type of money out of this situation, because yes, that's exactly what's going on here as well.
Jessie, she lost her job. Well, I mean, like, I could still do it, but, like, yeah, but you're getting harassed now. Yeah. So what are we going on about? Oh yeah, we're gonna have like a donate button or like a Patreon. Yeah, because we'd really like to do this. Like, it's already exploded into a full-time job. Yeah, just the community and like just the everything. I know it's been a wild ride. Yeah, but I think people would like it, especially like, hey, wait, let me ask you guys, because this is an idea we'd like to run by you. Yeah. Let us know what you think. What do you guys think about ASMR? Well, they might like that. Yeah, a lot of people said like, wow, you guys have nice voices. Well, you. No, dude, you too. I don't know. Look, sometimes I feel like I can't even get my full voice out because like I take up too much room in the. Yeah, sometimes like the. I know. I wish there was more pattern there, but
that sounds a lot like farming sympathy after being exposed for doing terrible things. What are these terrible things? Well, I'm glad you asked.
The TwoSoulsOneBod server got handed over to everyone in the server in a revolt after some damning accusations against them came out. Everyone got admin permissions, and all the chats started to disappear. As I'm typing this, there is only one channel and no VC channels. The mods released a statement that I have screen capped, and I am so proud of them for not putting up with JJ any longer. We have been quiet on this issue until this moment. Our gut was right, and they are not good people. They have stigmatized the DID community and spread false information. The accusations are that they are running scam operations for money, endangered minors on their server, mishandled personal information, treated their staff like garbage, and so on. If I'm getting any of the info incorrect, please correct me. As I'm typing this, JJ deleted the server. They have lied to us. They have backtracked on information and have allegedly faked their tics and lied about being autistic. This isn't surprising to us, but nonetheless it is appalling. Please stay safe out there, guys.
One user saying, I knew this was going to happen the moment I joined the server. I was waiting on it, TBH. So if you didn't know, this person also does live streams on Chatterbait. They have an OnlyFans, and they promote this stuff alongside their other social media. The person is allegedly promoting this within the Discord server. The Discord server was farmed in from their TikTok and full of minors, which we're going to get to that. This is an ex-staff member speaking. Gwen plans to allow inappropriate conversations to be held with minors and exposing minors to inappropriate discussions under the guise of it being educational. Jesse and James also completely condone this. These discussions will be held in the all ages section and can and will expose minors to traumatizing things. Report the server and leave for your own safety if you do not want to become the victim of a child predator taking advantage of this server and you. I will be banned as soon as I post this, and these messages will be deleted. Please screenshot, copy, and paste this message to spread awareness to all users. Do not allow Gwen to enable predators to groom children through this server. Now, Gwen is a moderator who Jesse said allegedly had certifications in the education of inappropriate phenomena. Trying not to get the video demonetized. Just much like the healthcare professional that they say diagnosed them. There's no evidence of any of this, and there was no consent from any parents for them to have these types of inappropriate conversations with their children. Hi everyone, it's Jesse and James. We just wanted to let you know that we stand by the staff here, and we'd like to address recent issues brought up by those outside the community. Now keep in mind that Jesse would go on to completely delete this server after the fact. Let's continue. When we first started the server, we had a small team of TikTok fans who offered to help admin the server. Unfortunately, some users on that team were not a right fit for the position and became disruptive to the other admins. And this must have been the admin that we seen that was trying to warn everybody about this situation that they go on to admit. Unfortunately, one ex-admin returned and began harassing staff under a new account, posting as a fake official. They made horrible accusations toward Gwen and the server. It devastated Gwen and the entire team, including James and I, because we are trying to create a safe, welcoming, one-of-a-kind server for all ages and engage with the medical community. It's already not going in a good direction. Originally, we thought it would be a good idea to allow inappropriate education topics to be discussed, as the goal of this server is education and the sharing of knowledge, and inappropriate education is part of being human. It would allow for topics such as menstruation. Unfortunately, this was spun by the ex-admin to sound like it would include explicit, inappropriate discussions. This was not the case. Gwen has been certified and is teaching this type of education, so she was an expert in the area. Safety has always been our first priority, and again, no certifications, no evidence of this, no permission from parents. I think you see where I'm going with this. However, due to the problematic nature of running a rapidly growing server, we had to abandon the idea of any type of inappropriate education. Ultimately, this community as a whole must come first, as does its outreach to the medical community. Gwen is also an absolute sweetheart and angel. Wow, wow. They say this while at the same time also, again, they were promoting this stuff in their Chatterbait and their OnlyFans, and putting those links on their social medias, their Twitter accounts, which we're going to get to that, and also in the Discord server. So it doesn't line up with what they were saying. Why is there an OnlyFans where minors are? Ooh, yikes. The Gwen person is saying, okay, and you have to be 18 to access the site, meaning you can't see anything. And anybody that's familiar with OnlyFans, you know how much BS this is and how it was still inappropriate for this to be in there with the minors. Why did you ever think this was okay? To make it worse, they were having inappropriate discussions with minors, arguing with minors. Adults were arguing with minors. And defending lowly, which if you don't know is inappropriate art depicting children doing inappropriate things. One person saying some little S word last night apparently decided to call us the P word for not agreeing with them about lowly. I read through my chat last night, and in my system I told this kid that there's a gray area topic because people say it's illegal and people say no. And I told the kid it's controversial. Banned him from the server, proceeds to continue in our DMs. I don't know, some 14-year-old trying to be a hotshot in a server. Somebody says, I'm confused how lowly is controversial. And then somebody else says, from what I've seen, there's no single answer, and I've seen yes and no on Google. I mean, I'm pretty sure we all know that it's not good. And anybody that would defend it is not going to be, I mean, So again, obviously, after all this was exposed, the server was deleted, despite everything that Jesse said, which obviously was not true. They also deleted every tweet on their Twitter. Keep in mind the date, January 2nd, around the time that all this went down. They said, had to delete my old tweets as I was doxxed, but I'm back and I'll be streaming all week, and then posts a link to their camming site. After she was exposed for being completely fake and all this stuff came to light, her TikTok was deleted. This account was banned due to multiple community guideline violations. They tried to make another account, and that too was also removed. Now, they did try to apologize for the Discord situation, but I want to show you this because they used DID and their mental health as a shield on multiple occasions.
For what took place on my Discord server. It was my responsibility to keep everyone safe on that server, and while I tried my best to keep people safe, ultimately my best was not good enough. I had good intentions. I wanted to build a neurodivergent acceptance movement where everyone could learn, debate, educate, share, and befriend others like them, and connect and engage in discussion with vetted medical professionals to improve treatment for all of us. Managing the server that put vulnerable individuals at risk. I hurt the people I cared the most about. I apologize to you for my failure. And I will live with the shame of that 2-week Discord server for the rest of my life. At the same time, I will never forget the amazing memories we shared. James beaming over fan art of him, the people we helped switch better, the young person who drove 2 hours to
I'm not going to sit there and listen to him try to manipulate their viewers. Like, it's clear to me that this apology is meant for the kids, because any adult with a thinking brain wouldn't believe any of this stuff they're saying. They're like, oh, the good memories and all this.
So, why is it important to highlight this person's actions? When they appeared on TikTok, they created a Discord community. This community attracted a lot of minors. During the lifetime of this server, adults were spending time role-playing with minors, and also appeared drunk and high during voice calls. TwoSoulsOneBod also had plans to give S3X education on their Discord, with minors in it, without parental consent, and they are 35 years old. That's why.
The next clip I'm going to show you is Jesse using DID as a shield to avoid accountability. Pay attention to what's being asked and the lies that are in response to this.
If you said before that you're unsure, that if you said something during your work that led to the Discord, if you're so unsure, then why isn't that your #1 priority to shut everything down now? Since there are minors in the server?
Because we just literally heard about it 5 minutes ago. And yeah, that's the first.
So what they're asking is if you know that there's OnlyFans links and your camming links being put into the Discord server, why are you not acting now? And they're saying that they just didn't know.
So like, well, I'll look into it and I'll take a look. But other than that, yeah, that's all we can say and offer for you right now.
Lying.
Keep this discussion.
I'm not lying. I haven't mentioned Two Souls. I have never said Two Souls. In fact, those words are banned on in my chat.
Yeah, for
on my
your text chat. For your text chat, yes, that is 100% true. It is
I have
banned
not
in your text
mentioned
chat.
Two Souls. I've mentioned that I'm going through something like really big in my life. I've talked about like how I'm struggling with this big change that I'm going through, but I haven't mentioned TwoSoulsOneBod. I have not brought anyone. That's not how it works.
Yes, you
All right. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah.
You don't know what to tell me? Just what? You're lying. You're lying to an audience.
No, we're not. I haven't mentioned it.
There's video evidence. There are people here saying there's video.
Tell you what, we'll look at it and we'll get back to you. But until we've looked at it, we're not going to be able to.
Now pay attention to this, because rather than answer the questions from these concerned people about the endangering of minors in their Discord server, they use DID as a shield to avoid any accountability and to where they don't have to answer anything at all.
And it's pretty important, so.
Okay, go for it. Look, okay, hold on. Look, you're way too heated for this. If this is going to be another one of those questions, it's like just absolutely, yeah, I don't know. All right, tell you what we'll do is we're going to stop this discussion. Yeah, all right, yeah, because you are so heated, and I don't want to go through that. Like, you being heated is like it's very unusual. It's very different. Okay. So usually to me, it's like all flustered and frustrated. Yeah. So I'm gonna no, we're not. We're gonna take a break. We have stuff to do with our life. Yeah. And so we'll address everything in time, and it's gonna take us time to get the truth out and to do all this. You guys have to give us a break. Yeah. She's still. Everything has to. Yeah. We've got a whole life we're trying to live here. So give us some time. We are two souls in one bod. I want to stress the one bod part. There's only like the ability for us to like do one thing at a time. Just give us time. That's all we're asking.
Now keep in mind they said they needed time, but shortly after this is when they actually deleted everything from their Twitter, everything from their Discord server, and then later on came out with a statement saying they just didn't have enough time to police the Discord server. But they're the ones that needed policed.
And ultimately, I felt like we couldn't be active enough on the server to make sure that everything was okay.
Right. And I think that's just it. Like it was a noble.
I would have loved to have a community. I mean, like, we were gonna read bedtime stories to everybody at night. We were reading through The Hobbit. We even have that recording.
I know, it was really cute. And the idea of movie nights and like discussions and open panels.
I loved it. But like, we also had to like stream. We also had to like work. We also had to plan more content and also do what we're doing now, which is
reading through all of the hate and all of the other stuff and like actually like figuring things out and like then figuring out like what we want to do.
Wait a minute. They're saying that they just didn't have enough time to police the Discord server when they're the ones that needed policed from, because they're the ones that were trying to have inappropriate conversations with minors. They got caught, they deleted everything, and they're trying to leave that out, which is why I'm making this video. So when they inevitably pop up again somewhere else, which they have done that before, or claim that they're being bullied, you'll understand the truth. And the farming the sympathy, oh man, wow, it never ends.
Was. And ultimately that's what this is. It's this whole TikTok thing, it was just to show the world. Something entirely new. Right? Well, still surviving. I didn't mean for this to impact our ability to survive or our survival. I know you did. Listen, I know you didn't mean for this to impact our survival. That you're just trying to keep us safe. And now there's people who are bullying and attacking, and that you're still trying to keep us safe by fighting. We'll have to have a long talk about it. We will.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Like, how about this is not the first community that you made and then scammed. I think it's important to keep in mind that this person's name they go by multiple things: Jesse, James, JJ, Jesse Hart, Real Jesse Hart, and different variations of this. In the past, they went by Trixie Pixie, Annika Brooks, Barely Noticed, and Mile High Films, and a host of other things. Some of these names are dead names that they no longer go by, but they find convenient to use at times, like especially when they're signing things to confuse people or maybe to not get caught up by their past. They built a former community called Giantess Love. It was a website where users could share, chat, upload, gather points, and purchase clips of Giantess-themed work, which is some other sort of kink that I'm just not going to get into. The website ran into many issues. Note the similarities between this and the Discord page. Two Souls, One Server, that Jesse and James Hart are now using. Annika, well, it's been deleted now. They claimed it was hacked, which was found out to be a lie. Annika walked away with people's money, Annika being Jesse. She did not pay the majority of the content creators or producers their hard-earned money, and they went dark. 3 months later, they wrote up an apology, and they signed that apology with their dead name. But first, let's see exactly how this unfolded. Multiple people were very angry that their money was taken. So they posted a very long-winded explanation and signed it in their dead name, which confused people, which is probably why they did that. They said that the site was hacked, and a group of users pushed through hundreds of stolen credit cards in a coordinated attack. When the chargebacks hit, they bankrupted the site, completely and utterly bankrupted it, and me as a result. I put my credit card on there as well. So again, there's no evidence of any of this, just a lot of people not having their money. I actually found Jessie talking about this in video where she uses DID again as an excuse, which is strange because I don't think that they were saying that they had DID back then. And it's very similar to TikTok and how they took advantage of them.
The other problem is I didn't know anything that you knew about the site, about how to work things, about like even programming. It was something I didn't pay attention to for those years that you were working on it. I just didn't share those memories. I had all the memories of all the goofy stuff we did, but I didn't have memories of like how all of it connected and everything else. That was just not there for me. So I didn't know what was going on. I didn't understand what I was looking at. I didn't know what to do with it. So I just shut it down. And people were mad and they said that you stole money, but you didn't. And now I had to take responsibility for everything. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know anything of what was going on. And so I just shut it down. And I was saddled with debt. A lot of debt.
There's so many comments saying that they scammed people, and it's really convenient that she just doesn't remember because it was her alter James that knew how to program websites and stuff like that. And you can see the different excuses that they give here versus that that long-winded thing that they wrote. This is very obvious that this is a scam artist. Yes, Jessie or whatever her name is is a 35-year-old transgender woman who scams people, exhibits predatory behavior over the communities that she builds, repetitively comes back to build more communities, so they most likely will be back again. And what else here? They're just mentally unwell and dangerous. But as interesting as this is, there's always something that's more interesting to me. That's right, you guessed it. I want to know two things. So why don't you go ahead and leave your creative and interesting responses in the comment box below. Thumbs up for those likes, and as always, brothers and sisters, I will see you in the next video. Here's a head pat for you. Big shout out to my patrons. We're at 95 patrons, trying to get to 100. If you want to support what I do here on this channel and become a patron, I'll put that in the description so you guys can go check it out, see if it's something for you. Rest in peace to Greg the cat, dearly missed, never forgotten. I'm gonna have some new merch coming soon. Let me know what kind of merch that you would like me to put out. I will take that into consideration in the comments. And that's just another show that you're repping. If you're not repping, you're Greg, and how you do that. I'll go subscribe with notifications turned on. Be in the comment section after every single video, because I'm going to be there. Greg the cat's going to be there in spirit, and the rest of the Repzilla community as well. And I expect to see you there too, because this channel loves you. I'm really hungry. Might eat peanut butter and honey. Does anybody eat that?